welcome to my kitchen today. So here the summers are just around the corner, so I have this fabulous dish for you. It's called a Panzanella salad. It's a Tuscan salad. It's inspired by the bounty of tomatoes that are found in Italy, the love of bread that they have. So the first step what we need to do is get ourselves a really nice bread. This is a great way to actually use a leftover bread. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slice the bread. Alright, so now that we have our bread all chopped up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to generously take some olive oil. We've got some delicious aromatic Fragata extra virgin olive oil. I'm going to drizzle the bread with a little bit of olive oil. And I'm going to put it in the oven that's preheated on a baking sheet or a wire rack and bake it for about 10 minutes. Alright, so our next step in the Panzanella salad is to take some delicious fresh tomatoes and put some salt to it. So I'm quickly going to chop up a lot of tomatoes and I'm going to put a little bit of salt. What that does is it helps the liquid from the tomatoes come out, which helps in the making of the dressing with other ingredients. Alright, so we're also going to add these cute little cherry tomatoes. They add a lot of texture and they've got a little bit of tartness that the vine-ripe tomatoes don't have. So the next step now is to take your tomatoes, like I said, and we're going to salt them and we're going to let this sit for a bit. Alright, so we're going to move on to our next step, which is making the dressing, which is the most essential of all of this step because it's got the deliciousness, the flavors that's going to make the salad all come together. And that starts off with a little bit of Dijon mustard. We're going to take some black pepper. We're going to take a juice of a fresh lemon. It's always good to sort of roll it up on your chopping board. It helps release the juices. We'll catch the lemon seeds here. Alright, so we've got the lemon juice. We're going to add a little bit of white wine vinegar to this just to give it a little bit more acidity because the bread really needs all these fantastic flavors. And last but not the least, we've got a star ingredient here, which is the extra virgin olive oil from Fragata. You've got to remember, olive oil is really good for us. We sort of stay away from these fancy oils, but really this is high in antioxidants. It's really good for your heart as well. So go on and use this, yeah. And so what we need to do now in the dressing is we've got the Dijon mustard, we've got the vinegar, and we're going to sort of drizzle this in and whisk as we go so that the dressing emulsifies and comes together in a nice smooth format, yeah. So I'm going to drizzle the oil. I'm going to use some salt to taste. We have to be careful because we've salted our tomatoes as well, so we need to be mindful of that. Alright, so along with the bread and the tomatoes, we can add cucumbers, red peppers, yellow peppers, a little bit of onion and a little bit of garlic. So let's get our ingredients. So now that this delicious veggies are all chopped up, let's get a nice big old bowl. Put all of that in our bowl. Our bread is out of the oven. What I'm going to do is take a bit of a garlic. I've slit it and then I'm just going to generously rub the garlic on the bread. This really gives an intensifying flavor of garlic. Now we'll cut up the bread. Do you hear the crunchy sound? Cut it in about an inch size. Alright, so we're at the final edge of the salad now. So we're going to bring everything together. I'm going to get the bowl of our gorgeous veggies that we've chopped up. I'm going to get all the bread in there. I am going to get the tomatoes that we're salting. Put those in. And then we've got some tomato juice here that we're going to add in the dressing. All of this extra liquid helps the bread absorb the flavors. And now I'm going to add the dressing and I'm going to drizzle this goodness all over our salad. If you want, you can add some capers. We've got some Fragata capers as well. They're these little berries. They're nice and tart, so this adds a nice touch to it. It gives a nice texture. We've got some black olives. Again, these olives are great for you, all those ladies. These are good for our skin, right? They're also high in antioxidants. Let's toss up this deliciousness. Now the salad, this is actually a great recipe to make ahead when we're entertaining as well, because it really needs about half an hour to sit so that the bread can absorb all the juices from the tomato, the gorgeous dressing that we've made. So we all know that we eat with our eyes before we actually start eating. So you've got to take out your most pretty china, your ceramic, whatever you've got, right? Plate up this gorgeous salad in a pretty plate. Let's garnish with some fresh basil, which has just come out from the garden. So let's get some basil, invite your friends over and have a delicious meal. For more such delicious recipes and to export yourself to different countries, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and don't forget to like us on our YouTube channel. See you.